Yo, excuse me. Do you have an internship for this summer? Excuse me. Do you have an internship for this
I'll
summer?
call you later. Yeah,
You do?
Yeah.
Where are you gonna be working?
I'll be working at Capital One.
Really?
Yeah.
Congrats, bro.
Thank you.
So, by any chance, I go around the country interviewing the top students about their top internships, and since you're working at Capital One, I'd love to interview you about your advice and experience that you have for students when I break into the industry. Will you be down?
Yeah, sure.
So, what exactly are you gonna be doing at Capital One?
I'll be a sweet intern.
What do you think CS managers aren't doing enough of?
Probably going to the gym. I think when you go to the gym, you get like your brain like refreshes. So you should really go outside.
A lot of people say that cold applying is the way to go. So if you were to cold apply in this cycle or next cycle, how would you do it effectively?
My first 200 apps, it was wasted. I thought like anything after like within the first week is fine. But your application, if you send it after opening, after 3 days, it's basically cooked. There's like no chance. So you have to send it within like the first 24 hours. And interestingly, for Capital One, when the recruiter reached out to me, they explicitly said when the application opens, they're gonna get so many apps that they'll have to close it within 24 hours.
And if there's one R word that everyone on social media loves to talk about, it's referrals. What's your thoughts on a referral? And do you think it's better than cold applying?
I think there's a balance, right? If you get a referral, let's just say Capital One, and the referral is after 24 hours, then you're still cooked. And for some other companies, especially big tech, there's a balance between sending it as early as possible and getting a referral. So if you can get a referral within 3 days, I would say do it. But if it'll take you like a week, then it's better just to cold apply within like the first 24 hours.
And if you're in any CS class, the number one thing where people are talking about is LeetCode. So what is your biggest tip to ace LeetCode? And how do you just do it effectively?
I would say it's really important to not only understand the solution once you like solve it or don't solve it, but also understand how would you even come up with a solution in the first place, because that's how your training can be more generalizable and more reproducible.
And how many LeetCode problems have you done?
I think I've done 300, not that much.
So since you've obviously done a good amount of LeetCode, what do you think separates a good LeetCoder from a great LeetCoder?
You want to be able to generalize, right? A lot of the interview questions, they may be the same, might be different, but the thing that is the same is how you approach the question and how you come up with a solution. So every time you do a LeetCode question, whether you solve it or not, you want to rigorously define to yourself how you came up with a solution in the first place. And on top of that, really understand it as well.
What do you think is the biggest mistake you see with students though when actually LeetCoding?
I think a lot of people don't know about the amazing resource called LeetCode, and they just do random LeetCode questions and they're not able to solidify like each category that they're practicing. For example, there's arrays and hashing, 2-pointer, and a lot of people just jump from place to place. But you should really be doing in sprints a bunch of the same category questions within a few days to really solidify the pattern.